Good morning, happy Friday, or whatever day you're listening to this on. I'm so excited. Let's get your mindset right and let's get you motivated for the day. So today I have two topics we're going to talk about. One is about being your best and really studying, like, what does being your best mean? And then the second one is the concept of a done list. So if you've been feeling overwhelmed and like there's too many things on your to-do list, this is going to be so helpful for you. Let's dive right in. As always, we've got 10 minutes of mindset work. You can listen to this, you can watch this, listen to this at your own pace, your own speed, pause, rewind, double speed it. I don't care. This is your time to get your mind right for the day, because all change starts from within, which means it starts from your mindset, your self-worth, and what you believe about yourself, okay? So being your best. This is a phrase, a little fun fact or backstory. I started my fitness account sharing publicly in, 2018? 2018. This year's coming up on 5 years next month, which I'm so excited to celebrate. And it started as a way to share with my group fitness participants and share some fitness, motivation, mindset. But I have been it's funny, you can connect the dots looking backwards. And I truly believe that when it comes down to your dreams and your purpose, there's no wrong ideas, only wrong timing. So if I look back, in high school, when I was a kid, in middle school and high school, I had this quote wall in my bedroom and I would print quotes off of Pinterest, and we're not talking cute aesthetic. This is the 2012, rainbow gradient aesthetic. And I started, every time I'd find a quote, I'd put it up on this wall in my bedroom, and I would wake up and just have this entire wall of motivational quotes. It's the first thing I would look at in the morning and the last thing I'd look at before I went to bed. And my family thought I was a little nuts, I think. And my sister really did not understand my obsession with this quote wall. She's it's kind of cheesy. It's kind of like, why do you have so many cheesy quotes on the wall? My friends would come over and they're like, what are you doing? But that has a little backstory. So I guess you can say I've been obsessed with motivation, inspiration, personal development. How can we become the best versions of ourselves for quite some time now? That's at least a decade ago. And when I started this fitness account, I became so obsessed with sharing, and the things I would share would really motivate people. And then I would get this positive feedback saying, I love what you're sharing. So I'd encourage me to share more. Did someone say positive action loop, positive reinforcement loop, right? And I also became very interested in digital marketing and entrepreneurship around this time. So I don't know, it's my personality that I can't just settle with what is. I'm always trying to make it 1% better every day. And I started a podcast, and the podcast was called the Be Your Best Show. And I talked all about how to become the best version of yourself. And then that was in February of 2020. March 2020, pandemic hit, and came home and started what is now Shine. And growing that, it is so much going on that I had too much on my plate, and I was okay, I need to let this podcast go. I need to just stop sharing. You can still find all the old episodes, they're on the internet somewhere if you scour. And there's been a few times throughout the years where I tried to share motivational TikToks, or I started sharing on YouTube, a little bit here and a little bit there. And it's funny, in the moment, it's I'm trying all these different things and nothing makes sense, right? In the moment. And now it's coming back, and it's this dream. It was maybe not the wrong idea, but the wrong timing. There was other things that needed to happen first. And now it feels, to me at least, the right timing. And maybe it is the right timing for this dream to fully come to fruition, or maybe this is just a little tease. And that is the game of life. And that is, for the universe to know and for me to discover. But this concept, when I started sharing these, mindset, goal setting, motivational TikToks, it really, the phrase in my head, it came back to being your best, becoming the best version of yourself. And with fitness, that is certainly the not easiest access point, but it is an easier access point. A lot of people can get behind the idea of physical fitness faster than you can get behind the idea of mental fitness or emotional fitness. For example, how difficult is it to book yourself into a new workout class versus how difficult is it to start therapy mentally, right? We're not talking about barriers to entry, but just the idea of mentally, it's okay, sure, I'll try a new workout. No biggie, it's just a workout, right? Maybe for some people it is a big deal, and that's a different topic for a different day. But generally, on average, I would say you see a lot more people trying new workout classes than new forms of therapy or emotional release or journaling or meditation, right? But for a lot of people, you get into your physical fitness, and then it's not so much about your body as it is your emotions and your mind, and you start to feel better. You start to have more confidence. You start to have more energy, right? And this is where a lot of people start their confidence journey, their fitness journey, their health journey. And that's, where I started. And I started with Shine. And then I started sharing more mindset stuff. And it was kind of like, okay, this doesn't really fit with your brand, your business model. Like, yes, it's related, but this is its whole own other thing. And being your best, that's not just with your physical fitness. That is, how can we become the best version of ourselves in every area of your life? Right? How can you be expanding? And if you think of the different kind of categories of your life, maybe that comes down to work or career, maybe there's relationships, there's your health, there's your physical fitness, there's your emotional well-being, there's your mental health, there's your spiritual health, there's your financial health, all these different categories. How can we, it's not like one and then the other, they're all interconnected. And typically, you can either look at expanding one that's already going well, and by expanding that one, the others will naturally follow suit. Or you look at which is the weakest link, and trying to improve that weakest link and becoming better in that one area so that the rest improve as well. And so I want you to think about, given all these areas in your life, your gut knows the answer. This is why we spend so much time on the theory, and then the actual work itself is very fast, because when we understand this, where's that next area that you want to improve, right? Because becoming the best version of yourself is constant work. It's never ending. I think it is a unlimited game. And what a beautiful thought is that we can simultaneously be the best version of ourselves that we have ever been and continue to strive for better. They don't have to be in competition with each other. They can happen simultaneously. And just because you're not your future best doesn't mean you're not your present best. Just because you're not your future best doesn't mean you're not your present best. So to be the best version of yourself and to constantly be bettering that, what a beautiful thing. That doesn't mean there's anything wrong with us now or anything wrong with us how we were in the past. It's just a philosophy that I live by, and I want you to live by as well, because it has changed my life. And that is on being your best. And we're almost at our 10 minutes here. We got 2 minutes left. So I want to give you a quick exercise that really helped me last night. And it's a concept of a done list. So if you're feeling overwhelmed with your to-do list or almost frustrated with yourself, like the things that were on your to-do list today did not get done. And then we can kind of get into a spiral. It's so easy to get down on ourselves and end up blanket statementing the entire day and feeling like that was not a good day. And that was me yesterday, because I was working on some tax and financial stuff, and I didn't make the kind of progress I'd hoped. It was very slow moving. And I look back at the end of the day, and I could feel myself procrastinating. I could feel myself doom scrolling. I could feel myself working on things that were maybe not the highest of priority and productive procrastination, right? And before I was getting ready for bed, and I was really feeling not good. I was like, that whole day, it was rough. And then I'm like, let's reframe. This is the concept of a done list. If your to-do list is not going the way you hoped, you're gonna sit down and write down everything, not left to do, but everything you have done, whether that is in the past hour, whether that is in a day, that is a week, that is a month, that is this year. This is the habit, the process of celebrating your wins. And then what that does is it changes your mental state. It reframes so that instead of being down on yourself, you're like, wow, this is awesome. Look what I have done. And then we can come from this place of like compassion, of appreciation, of love, of celebration, being like, okay, well, maybe those weren't like the highest priorities, but still like that's things that I did, right? And include everything. Like I was in such a low place last night. Not actually that low, but I started and I was like, you know what? I ate 3 meals today, 3 full, good, solid meals. That should go on the done list, because you know what? That's an accomplishment. Like that's a really good thing that I did, and I'm proud of that. And that I hung out with friends, like that went on there. Every single thing you did, it doesn't have to be your top goals for the day, but put it on your done list. It's gonna reframe. So keep this trick in your back pocket. Go out there, Be your best, celebrate your wins. I love you, and I will see you next time.